Why, hello, little ones. It's a pleasure to see you again. Have you been well since the last time we were together in the safe space? We do hope so. We care about each and every one of you terribly much. That's why we created the safe space, so that no matter where you are or how you're feeling, you can come here and listen to our stories and enjoy our time together. Now, you might have noticed that we have some new friends sitting right in front. We did this because we thought to ourselves that perhaps not all of you may have a stuffie to hold while we listen to the stories, and so we thought, well, it might be a good idea if we put some in for you. So you can pretend that you're hanging on to any one of these stuffies that you like when you listen to the story. Now then, last time we listened to The Ugly Duckling. This time, at last, we have the final story from the 3 that we voted on, don't we? And that is The Saggy Baggy Elephant. But whatever did I do with it? It's not over there. And it's not over there. Wherever could I have put it? I know. Let's have a look in the chest, shall we? Excuse me, Mr. Bear. We'll have to move you temporarily. Isn't he a lovely bear? He's so terribly pink, and he has a lovely heart that he's holding with a very important word on it. Do you know what that word is? Very good. It's love. L-O-V-E. Love. And that's a terribly important thing to remember because you are loved. Thank you, Mr. Bear. We'll set you right there for a moment while we open the chest. What's this? More books. And sure enough, here's the book we're looking for. The Saggy Baggy Elephant. A wonderful story, and we'll read it in just a moment. But first, Mr. Bear will let you hold that so we can close up the chest so he can have a place to sit and listen to. Thank you very much, Mr. Bear. Up you go. There we are. Now then, does everyone have their stuffie, or their blankie, or their favorite toy? If not, go and get them. If you don't have any, you're welcome to use one of our friends in the front row. But for those of you who don't have it yet, go ahead and get them. Press pause now, and we'll be right here waiting for you. Have you got them? Excellent. Now then, cuddle up, put your best listening ears on as we listen to The Saggy Baggy Elephant. The Saggy Baggy Elephant by K. and B. Jackson. Illustrated by Tangren. A happy little elephant was dancing through the jungle. He thought he was dancing beautifully. 1, 2, 3, kick! But whenever he went, 1, 2, 3, his big feet pounded so that they shook the whole jungle. And whenever he went kick, he kicked over a tree or a bush. The little elephant danced along, leaving wreckage behind him, until one day he met a parrot.
"Ah! Why are you shaking the jungle all to pieces?"
cried the parrot, who had never before seen an elephant.
"Ah, what kind of an animal are you, anyway?"
The little elephant said, "I don't know what kind of animal I am. I live all alone in the jungle. I dance and I kick. Then I call myself Suki. It's a good-sounding name, and it fits me, don't you think?"
Maybe,
answered the parrot.
But if it does, it's the only thing that does fit you. Your ears are too big, and your nose is much too big for you. And your skin is much, much too big for you. It's baggy and saggy. You should call yourself Saggy Baggy.
Suki sighed. His pants did look pretty wrinkled. "I'd be glad to improve myself," he said, "but I don't know how to go about it. What shall I do?"
I can't tell you. I never saw anything like you in all my life, replied the parrot.
The little elephant tried to smooth out his skin. He rubbed it with his trunk. That did no good. He pulled up his pants legs, but they fell right back into dozens of wrinkles. It was very disappointing, and the parrot's saucy laugh didn't help a bit. Just then a tiger came walking along. He was a beautiful, sleek tiger. His skin fit him like a glove. Suki rushed up to him and said, "Tiger, please tell me why your skin fits so well. The parrot says mine is all baggy and saggy, and I do want to make it fit me like yours fits you." The tiger didn't care a fig about Suki's troubles, but he did feel flattered and important, and he did feel just a little mite hungry. "My skin always did fit," said the tiger. "Maybe it's because I take a lot of exercise. But," added the tiger, "if you don't care for exercise, I shall be delighted to nibble a few of those extra pounds of skin off for you." "No, thank you. No, thank you," cried Suki. "I love exercise. Just watch me." Suki ran until she was well beyond reach. Then he did somersaults and rolled on his back. He walked on his hind legs, and he walked on his front legs. When Suki wandered down to the river to get a big drink of water, he met the parrot. The parrot laughed harder than ever. "I tried exercising," sighed the little elephant. "Now I don't know what to do."
Soak in the water the way the crocodile does," laughed the parrot. "Maybe your skin will shrink."
So Suki tramped straight into the water. "You know, I'm not liking this parrot fellow much, are you? He seems a bit mean." Let's get back to the story. But before Suki had soaked nearly long enough to shrink his skin, a great big crocodile came swimming up, snapping his fierce jaws and looking greedily at Suki's tender ears. The little elephant clambered up the bank and ran away, feeling very discouraged. "I'd better hide in a dark place where my bags and sags and creases and wrinkles won't show," he said. By and by he found a deep, dark cave, and with a heavy sigh, he tramped inside and sat down. He looks so terribly sad, doesn't he? Suddenly, he heard a fierce growling and grumbling and snarling. He peeped out of the cave and saw a lion padding down the path.
"I'm hungry," roared the lion. "I haven't had a thing to eat today. Not a thing except a thin, bony antelope, and a puny monkey, and a buffalo, but such a tough one, and 2 turtles, but you can't count turtles. There's nothing much to eat between their saucers they wear for clothes. I'm hungry. I could eat an elephant."
And he began to pad straight toward the dark cave where the little elephant was hidden. "This is the end of me, sags, bags, wrinkles, and all," thought Suki, and he let out one last trumpeting bellow. Just as he did, the jungle was filled with a terrible crashing and an awful stomping. A whole herd of great gray wrinkled elephants came charging up, and a big hungry lion leaped straight into the air, turned around, and ran away as fast as he could go. Suki peeped out of the cave, and all the big elephants smiled at him. Suki thought they were the most beautiful creatures that he had ever seen. "I wish I looked just like you," he said. "You do," grinned the big elephants. "You're a perfectly dandy little elephant." And that made Suki so happy that he began to dance 1, 2, 3, kick through the jungle with all those big, brave, friendly elephants behind him. The saucy parrot watched them dance. But this time, he didn't laugh. Not even to himself. And look, all of the elephants are gathered around Suki and they're welcoming him home. Isn't that nice? The end. Wasn't that a lovely story? You know, it's very interesting. Our friend Suki here spent so much time trying to please the saucy parrot that he couldn't see himself for what he really was, a magnificent elephant. You know, it's rather interesting because people can be like that too. They can try so terribly hard to meet everyone else's expectations of them that they often forget who they truly are on the inside. After all, you have a choice. All littles have a choice and a voice. No matter what may have happened to you in the past, no matter what anyone might have told you, you have a voice and you have a choice. That's very important to remember. So remember, don't please everyone all the time. If you think that you are something beautiful, if you are something special, then do you know what? You are. Well, little ones, that's all for this time. We'd like to thank your older brothers and sisters for allowing you to come here to the safe space, and we hope that you've been happy here. And remember that you can come here anytime, anywhere. Now then, we have 3 very important things to remember, don't we? Shall we say them together? Always remember that you are loved, that you are strong, and that you are not alone. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.